Okay. Hey guys. Uh, this bun is all over the place. Okay. Okay. I came back to the Perez Hilton video because I really wanted to get to the whole Kardashian Jordan Wood stuff. I'll go back to what he was saying about Jussie Smollett probably a little later on in the day, but right now, since the baby is asleep, I want to take advantage of the time that is quiet right now. So I really wanted to get into this mess because it's a lot. Okay, so this is the rest of the video from Perez Hilton from yesterday when he was talking about both the Kardashian Jenner Jordan Woods drama. And because I'm not gonna call her Kylie Jenner's best friend, I know what this girl's name is. So I'm gonna call this woman by her name. So the whole drama with Jordan and player Tristan, I don't not saying that is right, and I really don't know the circumstance of the relationship, but I've come in contact with like Caribbean men, and they are very charismatic. They are very witty. Not saying that guys from the States aren't, but I don't know. It's like their accents or their dialect, and then I mean, it's a weird way to describe it, especially from me growing up north pretty much all my life, and then going down south for school and being pretty much exposed to the abundance of um, cultures and just different people that I was able to meet, and different food that I was able to like experience, and the way that um, a lot of these different cultures, view family, and how much they actually stick together. And I don't really know what's going on here in the United States when it comes to stuff like that. But like when I moved down to to Florida, it was just like I went into a whole nother world. And the Caribbean, I went to the Bahamas twice. And every time that I went to Bahamas, the Bahamian people, I have a few Bahamian friends that I love dearly. Rest in peace to my two dogs that is no longer with us. It's going on 5, 6 years now, and it's crazy. But rest in peace to my homies Dino and Mikey. I'll forever love y'all. It's Wolfpack until the end. Um, yeah, so I went to the Bahamas twice. Um, and both times that I went, the people there were super nice, very generous. I mean, I was there with a group of girls, so I don't know. But the people that I have come in contact with that are from the Caribbean and from the Bahamas, like I love them. They are the most they just excited, about where they from, which they should be, and that's super exciting. But I'm kind of like blabbing right now, so let's get into the video. But yeah, Caribbean men are charming. Not to say that he went out here being no hoe, because they do that as well. They have a whole bitch at home with the family and they mama, and then still be out here. shooting a shot and doing what they do. So let's see what this messy, messy man said about this whole situation.
For Good Morning Britain's Oscars coverage. I can't wait. And by the way, this is Britney Spears on my T-shirt. If you were curious and just had to know, I worn this shirt before. All right, on to the Khloe Kardashian segment of today. Oops. um, Khloe Kardashian has finally unfollowed Jordan Woods on Instagram. Cheers. Jordan Woods has also moved out of Kylie Jenner's house. Cheers. And
I mean, people can say what they want to say about that, but shit, if I had a mansion, I want my best friend living with me too. What you talking about? The stuff that Kylie and Jordan was doing, motherfucker forget that as a teenage girl, your best friend is your world. Like in middle school and high school, like I literally every weekend I was at one of my best friend's house. Every day I was on the phone. Unless I was on the phone with my boyfriend, I was on the phone with my best friend. Hell, sometimes both of them at the same time. Um, like if he was busy or whatever, I just tell him put your phone on mute. But we gonna be on the phone, and I'll sit there and still have a conversation with my best friend while we on hold with my boyfriend. And then whenever he basically inserted himself into the conversation, we just full on had a conversation, all three of us. But yeah, anything I did, anything my best friends did, I did. Any party, anything they wanted my support in, I was there. Now I literally, like, I was literally at my best friend's house so much that I called they mama's mama. Okay, like out after one point, I started getting yelled at and chastised just as though I was their child, and I love that. I love that because I've always grown up like that. Like I never, and maybe I'm a little naive to it, but I've never been in a situation where I was ever, maybe once I moved, out of the state, but while I was in Michigan, I never felt like I was ever in a place where I needed to feel unsafe. Like I grew up for the most part, well, I grew up for a few special years with my grandmother, and living with my grandmother, like I had a beautiful childhood. Like I was free to go and run up and down the street and go down a couple blocks, and but you had to be home, or at least in front of or by the in yelling distance by the time the street lights came on, because in the neighborhood that my grandma lived in, like all the kids knew each other. It was always that one old man that sat on the porch all day and watched all the kids and will tell on you, don't step on his grass, don't and we used to mess with him, so that's probably why he sat his ass outside all the time, because as soon as his ass went in the house, we was playing ding dong ditch in the summertime on specifically on his porch every time, because we knew his old ass couldn't get to the door fast enough. Now that's just us being young and mean. But like it was people, like my grandma had friends on that block for years. Like I never really had to worry. Even when I did move with my dad, where we moved at, it was so many people that my dad knew. I never really had to worry. It's been situations where I was out and about and people have stopped me and be like, I know your daddy, or are you such such daughter? You look just like such such. Do I know you from somewhere? Like it's been so many experiences while I've been home that has happened to me. Like people have confused me for other people when I moved out of state as well, but me being home, like it when I was younger, it used to happen to me all the time, and I used to call my daddy and be like, Daddy, you know such and such, or you know such and such, and he'd be like, Yeah, and then he'll be like, See, watch what you doing out here, because you don't know who I know. So when my daddy said that, that stuck with me forever, because my daddy does have a lot of friends. He did. He's always had a lot of friends. Do he hang out with all of them now? No, because as he got older, life got real and, shit happens. But he does have um a core set of, from my knowledge, at least five friends. Two of those men are my godfathers. So yeah, that's that. And then the other three, one I don't really get along with, and but that's a whole nother story time. And I don't know if I will probably ever talk about that on camera, but I definitely had discussed it with my father. And then the other two, they were um they were in my life when I was younger, and then um I seen them again like in high school, and then right after high school, I straight left. Like I dipped. The first, not the first chance I got, but the opportunity presented itself for me to leave and then go to Florida. I'm anemic. For me, I really don't think I was meant to be born here because the cold is ridiculous. Even though I was born in the spring, summertime, like my birthday, even if it was born, it was never born because it always falls Memorial Weekend. So regardless if I actually did actual birthday, it's all type of barbecues, it's all type of backyard parties, it's all type of regular club parties. It's everything that weekend. So it didn't matter where I was at, popping around the city, no matter what city I was in. Like when I was in Florida, for Memorial Weekend, like before I went down there, I understood the hype. Like, yeah, we going down to Miami Beach. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be loud. Da da da. And then when you live down there and you could go to the beach at your leisure, so when holidays and stuff like that come up, and you just used to going at your leisure, and now parking is $10, gas is like $5 a gallon, and by the beach, and this was 6 years ago. Gas was like $5 a gallon, and that's how it was like over in the Bahamas. But over in the Bahamas, it's like when you pay your gas, you don't even really have to get out your car. It's always an attendant there to go ahead and pump your gas, which to me, I feel like that's a hell of a hustle, and because it's hot as hell over there in the Bahamas, so everybody got to make a way to provide for their family. But let's get back on into the video. I'm rambling. This could have been a whole nother
The
story
biggest
time.
bombshell from today
Okay, let's see what
is,
Perez
according
said.
to reports, Jordan Woods, Kylie's former BFF, confessed to Chloe after
Mm.
initially denying that she hooked up with Tristan, confessed to hooking up with him, and revealed that she had been hooking up with him for over a month. What's done is done.
Now, I made this joke yesterday when I was at work because mostly I work with women. So, when a lot of this stuff comes up, we talk about it. Like, in the midst of working, especially when there's nobody in the office, oh, the topic is being brought up by either me or one of the other ladies that be in the office or whatever. But this right here is crazy because I was like, damn, because they kept making the connection or whatever between Kylie and Kylie Kim and Black China or whatever. But I'm like, damn, they was getting on Black. If this is true, I was thinking like, damn, they was getting on Black China because they was saying that Black China finessed Rob or whatever. But if this is true, and I really hope, I would hope that this is more so for publicity and Jordan just went along with the plan. Um, because at this point, with with the Kardashians, it is bad press, but it's like the only time I really see it as bad press is when it's like something detrimental. Like Kim getting robbed, that was detrimental. Like she could have for real lost her life. And I never at one point thought that that was fake because it was a lot. Like they literally found her t- chained up to the bathtub naked. Like they actually found this lady handcuffed to the bathtub naked. Room was threw apart, everything. Her whole face, her whole face looked like in disbelief. She looked like she seen a ghost when we first seen her when she got back to New York, that early flight, when all those security guards and all that press and stuff was in front of that hotel, when her, Kanye, and Chris got out that car. Her face. That hurt me to the point where like they stole so much jewelry and materialistic stuff that can be replaced, but the trauma that they put that woman through, she'll never want to be alone again. And then more so, she would probably never want to be alone outside of her home with her children again. Like that shit is scary. I was at a house party and they started shooting, and I swore to myself I would never go to another. I did though, but I swore to myself that I would never go to another house party before, because I had never experienced no mess like that before. That was the most chaotic party I have ever went to. And then the crazy part is I was at a couple parties that ended in a shootout. Not saying that anybody died, but I was in a couple, like it was this one shootout at a party at this place called the Omega Center that was literally right outside the campus gates. And so, everybody was at that party. Like all we had to do was walk out the gate and walk to the corner, and that's where the party was at. Um, but yeah, so I don't know what happened, but all I know is me and my group of friends, like everybody, it's this place on campus, and I went to Florida Memorial University in Miami Gardens. Go Flomo. And so it's this section in, well, like between the old guy dorms and the old girl dorms, because from my understanding, they switched it up a lot since last I've been there. But it's called the Circle, and it's basically like where everybody hang out. It's literally benches in a large circle that connects the two boy dorms and the two old girl dorms, so that everybody can convene in one area without having to go all the way over to the SAC, or the Student Activity Center. And that's where a lot of parties started. That's where people convened after parties, especially ones that was on campus. That's where they had like when it was a smaller line crossing. That's when they had like a probate. That's where their pride stones are. So like if you look on the ground, you'll see all of them. You'll see AKAs, you'll see deltas, you'll see the Sigma Gamma Rhos, you'll see the Zetas, you'll see the Guy Sigmas, you will see the Kappas, I think the Iotas even got a little piece on there. You will see the Kappas, and then you will see my beautiful Alphas. But not saying that other fraternities um don't have successful men, but like the before and after college, the alpha men that I have met that have pledged for alpha, um, they are amazing. They are very business oriented. Once again, not to say that the other frats and or sororities are not, but I've come across more deltas and more alphas since my college experience. And from my experience, um, a beautiful representation of educated black men, successful black men. Once again, not to say that the other fraternities and or sororities are not like that. Just in my experience from the people that I have encountered and come in contact with after learning the severity of being at a HBCU and the history of fraternities and sororities, I have come across very nice, alphas and deltas. I was extremely excited when they put I guess somewhat of a delta headquarters right up the street from my house. I was extremely excited about that to get some history, even if I don't join any sorority, because eventually it will happen, because that was something that was an aspiration for me once I got on my HBCU campus. Um, it just felt good, like to hear them yell out the history, to hear them do their their greeting calls to each other, to see the sisterhood and the brotherhood. It was great. I loved it. Okay, so once again, I'm rambling. So let's get back to the video.
And does it matter too much if if it was once or a month? I don't think so.
But for a month,
But
though,
I mean, it does make it worse. But at least it's over. You know, she's done with him, thankfully. She
damn,
should have been done with
Perez,
him a
your
long time
hair
ago. But
is
you know, it is what it is.
balding.
And what I said earlier in the week, I really believe Jordan Woods is only 21 years old. She's dumb. She's young. And her dad, I've since learned, passed away, I believe, last year.
Mm-hmm. I think
And
around
she's
this
around
time.
rich people and allegedly has money of her own. And is just 21. All of these things, the brain at that age, I don't know if it's
Mm-hmm.
equipped to handle all of that. You know, at that age, you're still.
Okay, now what he just said to me, it wasn't messy. Oh, my leg. Okay, so to me, it wasn't messy because I wouldn't know. I mean, you can't fault them for something they don't know. Like, it kills me when people get on like, okay, since we'll stay on the Kardashians. When people get on like Kylie, but this is all she know. Like, we literally watched this little girl grow up on TV. This is all she know. A monkey's lip and all this other stuff, and zooming into her lip to see if she got the little white hairs or whatever on the top of her lip, like stuff like that can break you. Stuff like that can make you do stuff that you never world in the palm of their hand. Like, so much money at their disposal, so much popularity at their disposal. Like, it's grown ass celebrities that don't know how to handle that shit. And y'all, but like, come on now, when you was 21, and even if you ain't have an abundance of money, could nobody tell you nothing. You was 21, okay? You was grown. And some people probably thought they was grown at 18 or 17. But at 20, it, being able to go to the club and being able to drink legally, it ain't all that. I mean, once you get to 21, you can drink until your heart's desire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna affect you. Hold on, cause my internet is messing up. But like, she was 21, and who really knows? Like, some people had even brought up to me, this is just a publicity. I don't know if you caught that last part, but they are currently in the middle of contract negotiations, because I think the last time they had contract negotiations was about 5 years ago, and it was for something $1 million per episode or whatever. And I guess they were in the process of renegotiating their contract. And um, to me, Kris Jenner is a banging mama. Banging. You can't take that away from her. Having 5 girls and a boy, you banging. Like, rich or not rich, you banging. Because that's a lot of kids. And there's not too many people having large families like that anymore because it's so hard. Her as a mom, let's set that aside. Her as a manager, a publicist, her as a whole management team. Let's get that straight because she got somebody in every aspect of this entertainment industry and music, promotions, like all that. She got connections everywhere. But as a manager, Kris Jenner banging. And it's probably hard as hell to get her as your management team. Or hell to get in contact with somebody that would do the same shit that she would do. I mean, ain't nobody gonna look out for you like your mama and your family. I ain't even gonna say in your family. Ain't nobody gonna look after you like your mama and your daddy. So if y'all need a manager, even if they don't know all the ins and out of the industry, ain't nobody gonna protect you like your mama. Ain't nobody gonna protect you like your daddy. Money or no money. I mean, I would hope that that wouldn't matter, but money or no money, nobody, nobody is gonna protect you unless they feel I see the word I don't want to use the word obligated. It's like unless they really, really and they not family, unless they really, really care about you and your well being, they not gonna do any and everything in their power. I mean they might because that 10% is gonna go to them too. So it's kind of like you really just never know because some people in that industry are probably really nice and probably really sweet, but unfortunately, um, the money overshadowed their integrity. And that was another topic of discussion this week when it came to Steve Harvey and Monique. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother video. So
Should be in college and learning and messing up, and she's definitely messing up.
it's so messy.
But Chloe went out last night, and a lot of people criticized her for going out last night. But her sister Kim set the record straight that Chloe got paid to go out last night. She wasn't going out just for fun. And put those on blast who were criticizing Chloe, saying she had to secure her bag because she's not relying on Tristan Thompson to do that for her. And we're hearing even more information. According to reports, Tristan didn't just cheat on Chloe with Jordan, but there were other women recently as well. One report claims that Tristan got very friendly with women Valentine's Day evening after having spent Valentine's Day with Chloe. What a dog. If you're a woman, would you date Tristan Thompson after this? You know what? There are many that would.
Exactly.
They just care about the money.
Exactly.
Or they think that he's changed, that they've changed him or whatever.
And that's probably
This
what Chloe
dude
thought,
is
that she
not
changed
gonna
him.
change. Because it's not just him cheating on Chloe, it's the publicness of it all. It's that we all know now what kind of a person he is. Y'all, I'm on fire today. This is a great show. Thank you for watching. It helps when you've got such juicy material. In other Card Jenner related news, this really doesn't reflect too much negatively on her, other than echoing what I said. But Jordan Woods' ex, cheated on her and got 2 women pregnant.
Mm.
She knows how to pick them about as well as all those Kar Jenner girls. Cardi B is coming to Khloe Kardashian's defense because, duh, of course she is. Her husband cheated on her. I don't care too much about what Cardi said. She was basically calling out other women, saying it's women attacking us. You know, if you care, click the link below to
Oh,
read
he
what she
must
had to
not
say
fuck with
about
Cardi
this.
B.
I just want to move on to other topics besides these two. Finally, after over 2 months off the air, Wendy Williams has announced that she will be returning to her show on March the 4th. I will definitely be watching
Okay, so
then
Wendy Williams is coming
because
back.
she needs to address everything.
Yeah, because it's been some
She's still got a week
drama.
left to decide and make some power moves behind the scenes. But you know what? I don't think she's
Okay,
going
so I
to. She's
think
going
that
to
was it.
stand by her
So
man. She's going to
that was it.
sugarcoat
I
whatever
really
she
just had to
says.
finish this video. Because
In
I really
other
wanted to see what he
news,
said about the whole Jordan
film
Kylie
related,
situation. But
Chris
I'm probably gonna make another
Hemsworth is
blog
going to be playing
vlog
Hulk
later.
Hogan in a new
Once I get the
film
baby
based
settled
on Hulk
down, she's
Hogan's
supposed
life.
to go hang
Home is
out
thrilled
with
about
some of
that
her
big
favorite people
glow
today.
up.
I usually
And
don't do
finally,
much. My
Miley
daughter
Cyrus is on the
goes out and
cover of
hangs
the
out
new
more
issue
than
of
me.
Vanity
I
Fair
tend to take the
magazine,
weekend to
and she says a lot.
relax and
Remember, like
clean up
one
my
of the last
house
times that Miley
because
was on Vanity Fair, and
hold on,
all
because he is loud. I usually take the weekend to just relax. I sometimes don't do much. It's wintertime in Michigan right now, so I really try to go outside as least as possible. But my honey gonna leave me today, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clean up and stuff like that. I might do a little exercise and or whatever because my stomach is getting out of control. But that's another situation. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this video because I'm probably gonna react to a couple other videos. I really want to get on live with my new friends in my head, Nick G, and I want to get on. I want to get on live with Neek, Tori, or Jay. Either one of them. Mostly Jay because I feel like she's like my spirit animal. She just be like it's a whole lot of going on. I love that. Like I do her intro with her all the time. She's a ball of energy, and it's refreshing to see. Because I used to be really happy go lucky like that. Very optimistic about everything, and I probably should have got into this YouTube stuff a little while ago because I usually just voice my opinion to people face to face and they think it's fucking hilarious. I really don't I really didn't want to like do like story time for real because it's like certain things and certain people I don't want to talk about and it'd just be weird to start telling the story and then it's like so many bits and pieces is cut out and people already don't understand the way I talk now cuz people say that I ramble. And now I could possibly see that as I'm getting older, that I do kind of ramble. But when I say it's a million different things going on in my head, it literally is um, like I said before in the other video, I'm a Gemini, so I literally like analyze, overanalyze everything, and that might be to my demise. But as of right now, it's for me like a good coping mechanism because I'm like if something comes up and it just seems so far fetched, I gotta I gotta investigate it. Like people tell me all the time they like, "Oh, it's like you literally gotta see it for yourself." But it's like even when I see it for myself, I still need an explanation. And I know for some people that might be asking a lot, but like like I said before, you gotta make it make sense. Like you can't just say or do something to somebody and just think like, oh, that's just gonna get pushed up under the rug. Oh, so I'm no longer mad, so now you should no longer be mad. Like it does not work that way, especially not with females. Like if you think it works that way, then you might want to get with a different type of girl, because most girls, it doesn't really work that way. Like you can't just say something or do something or get caught up in something and not think that a conversation needs to be had. Just the respect in it all. Like it, even if you did disrespect me, at least give me the benefit of the doubt of having a conversation with me. Like if you can't even have a conversation with me at this point, it ain't nothing else we need to talk about. And that's something I need to work on within myself, because clearly I don't need someone like you around me. But that's messy. That's so messy. It's just crazy because there's a lot of people like that. Like they just truly think like once they're over it, you supposed to be over it, and the conversation is done and over with, and they don't want to speak about it no more. And then when you bring it up, because people always tell me that I never really express myself, and I do. And when I do, it's in the worst way because I let shit fester and I let shit bubble up. And then when I do pop off, people be looking at me like I'm crazy, like, what's wrong? And then I suffer with depression, and I just found out that there is bipolar and depression in my family. And once I found that out, like a lot of stuff made sense. Like I've been so um on trying to find like a therapist and stuff like that, because mental health is serious, and you can't the world we live in today, you got to talk to somebody. You have to. And then oh shoot. And then it don't even necessarily have to be, it don't even necessarily have to be a therapist. I feel like you should talk to two different people. In my personal opinion, I feel like you should talk to somebody who either knows what's going on or have a little insight about what's going on first. And then you need to talk to somebody that has absolutely no idea what's going on and who are the people involved. Because that person is going to give you their honest opinion. Yeah, you giving them a one-sided story, but that second person is going to give you an honest opinion. Now, this first person that may know the people involved and may know the situation, they might, and I'll repeat that again, they might give you a biased response because they probably know them, or they feel like they got a different outlook on the situation or the scenario. And that's all nice and valid. Like you could definitely have a different outlook on it and change somebody's perception, because that's how I truly feel about the Bible. Like it's so many different versions of the Bible and like different books of Bibles. And I feel like your interpretation of it is all on you, because you could be having a horrible week, and you go to church on Sunday and it's like the preacher is telling you every single thing that you need to hear. It's like this man or this woman is personally talking to you. And when you in a situation like that, that's when you need to go home, and all those verses and all those conversations that the preacher had with you at church, you need to have either with yourself or your loved ones around you. Read more in depth those chapters from the Bible that he highlighted. Um, don't just feel it in the moment at church, because it's like that glorious moment have you on a high like no other, and then it'll take somebody that wasn't able to get up and go to church, that had just about as a rough week as you did, and they not feeling it. They're not feeling the spirit. They're not feeling the words you just got. And they not going to be in that spiritual place because at first your spirit was hurt. That's why you went to the church for guidance. And now that you got some sort of clarity, you can go back and discuss and analyze for yourself. And then, like I said, talk to other people around you, because it's never good to just bottle up everything. Like it helps no one and it hurts everyone, because either you hurting yourself or you saving somebody that hurt you. And that's not good. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. It's just a lot. Like, that's probably another story time. Like, I didn't came up with at least 4 story times since we've been on this blog, and I didn't stop the damn video already. I'm just talking. And that's probably why I did need a vlog, because some of the stuff, excuse me, I got the sniffles. I need to go get some tissue. Oh, goodness. It's cold right now, so that's why I'm sniffling. But that felt good. I got to get me some more messy. I really want to do a reaction to Messy Monday. Now, this last Messy Monday, because I've been keeping up with I Am Zoe. Well, I Am Zoe. Goddamn Zoe. I've been keeping up with him, and he is freaking hilarious. Like, it needs to be more people like him in the world. Like, he seems, I could be wrong, but he seems just so likable. Oh, there go the baby. Time to go. Bye-bye.